public participation portion of the meeting. Who's up on top then? Nick Cruz? Come on, can you come to the center here, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Nick Cruz, and I am the Community and Parent Liaison for the Bronx UFT.
Go UFT.
Go UFT. And on behalf of the Bronx UFT, I'd like to welcome you to, your home, right? Our home. This is a community place, and I think this is about our third time that we've hosted you guys, and. If we're going to do this again, let me know. I can get a flag, all right? And we can just all salute to the same flag. But yeah, I want to welcome you guys, and I want to thank you. Nice little crowd. It's about 7:15, and it's pretty fair, full house. So applaud you guys for just coming out this evening. I want to talk about a parent conference that we have every year. I think I gave most of you the flyer. This year, we're doing a parent conference / health fair. You probably know that out of 62 counties, the Bronx is number 62 in terms of bad health, right? Breathing problems, all kinds of issues. So we thought, the UFT thought it's a good idea to kind of, spearhead some of the, just create some awareness, right? So we have St. Barnabas Hospital. They're coming to do a lot of awareness kind of health issues. We're also going to be doing special ed workshops. At the same time, we're also collecting donations for folks in Mexico City, earthquake victims, and Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Maria affected folks. So if you're free on Saturday and you want to come through, please come on by. If you don't want to do the workshop, but you want to get your heart checked or blood pressure checked, you can do that as well, right? Free of charge, and it's for our community, right? So again, if you have any questions, my info is splattered all over these flyers. Give me a call. I'll be happy to answer any of the questions, right? Thank you, and welcome to your house, all right? Real quick, I saw some veterans. I myself am a veteran. Welcome to those brothers and sisters that are still serving, all right? Appreciate you.
Joseph Bellini?
Good evening.
Joe, come get the mic, Joe.
Let me run around with this first to show everybody what I found. Look, the pedestrian collision just in Pelham Bay alone. See, that's the heart of Pelham Bay. That's the heart of Pelham Bay, right there in the middle. You see all those? See, right there. It's yeah, big heart, huh? I don't know how to Pelham Bay. It's all people walking with the cars. Pictures worth 1,000 words. Pedestrian accidents in Pelham Bay. That was the heart, right? Remember, that's the 5 corners. That's on St. Teresa's Avenue, Westchester Avenue. And another issue I'd like to inform everybody about the DPL. There's Article 21 of the Section 1110A. As you come off of Pelham Parkway, there's a sign that says Buckner Boulevard, and then there's another sign that says Buckner Boulevard by the ASC, the AIDS Service Center, and it says Buckner Boulevard straight ahead. To go to Buckner, make a right there. To go to Buckner Boulevard, it's $200 fine, 3 points on your license. Supposed to go straight. Make a right turn on Bury Avenue, or make a right turn on 196th Street, or continue on Borough Avenue to the station. Check that out. Violation of law. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Julio, you want to hand the phone over to someone else and come on up?
No. Thank you.
I thought maybe you wanted that.
I don't know, you want to hold it for me? I don't know.
No.
You're welcome to hold it.
You need the mic? I don't think so.
Oh, no. Good evening, Egidio Cementelli. Happy Thanksgiving to all. I attended 3 meetings this month, committee meetings, but since we have a restriction of time, I'm going to reserve my remarks for the Health and Human Service Committee for October 26th, in reference to 2800 Bruckner Boulevard. The whole summer, it was a main issue. 3 people showed up at the meeting. I think we needed to have better participation or better outreach. But in reference to 2800, there were a lot of issues discussed. Obviously, they stated it's not going to be a drug rehab program. It's going to be post-rehab. But one of the issues, I went home after the meeting and looked up some of their requirements for the building. They actually submitted as a HMO. They filed as an HMO. That's why there was a lot of discussion. We really didn't get clear answers in reference to 28, very vague statements. And I think this board needs to take this issue again and come back and discuss why are they setting up an HMO. So it's not a direct services. They're actually trying to contract out with different programs. So 2800 is still up in the air with the fact that they filed their corporation, Miracle City, is registered as an HMO. So I hope the board handles this once more. Second of all, 3250, I thought it was going to be part of the minutes. I had a discussion with the district manager, and is it going to be part of it wasn't part of the minutes?
My report.
His report.
Oh, but it's not here? Oh, so I'm not going to be criticized, and I'll wait for the report then. Well, in that case, since I'm not going to, the district manager is going to make a report, I do want to end this and use up my time to say how important, hopefully this new year coming in, that we're going to have more transparency. Transparency makes good government, makes happy residents, happy board, everyone's on board. Transparency is the issue. I mean, I don't need to get the agenda not even 5 hours before. I think we should have at least a week before. We should have the ability to have an agenda a week before, if possible, at least a couple of days, not 4 hours. And this is, why is that important? It's transparency. Good government makes good transparency and vice versa. And we'd like to know what's being decided, what's going to be voted on ahead of time. An opportunity for me to give my neighbors a little shout and say, this is going to affect your community. Come to the meeting. So I think we need a little bit more transparency. I hope the board will have, the new year will have great transparency. Thank you.
Thank you. Jared Maldonado.
Yes.
Come on up. You got 3 minutes.
Good evening, board members, members of the community. My name is Jared Maldonado. I'm here representing Catch a Ride. Also here representing MBT Worldwide. Catch a Ride is a bus service I'm trying to launch between the outer boroughs of the city and Boston, Massachusetts. MBT Worldwide being the contracted carrier, the contracted operator for that line. The city has brought it down, left it in your hands as to whether or not our bus stop that we were looking to have at the Pelham Bay Park train station across the highway from Pelham Bay Park train station, whether or not that stop will be approved. I'm just here tonight to introduce myself and also hear any questions, any concerns from the board members or from the community, and also just explain what it is we're trying to do. Like I said, we're just trying to launch a bus service between Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Boston. We're hoping that we can serve the community and and bring you guys a better transportation option, and also work with you guys on any concerns you might have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike Patoli?
Hi, I'm here, I don't represent HRA, but I am kind of here for HRA. I'm in something called the Quality Work Life in the agency, the Human Resources Administration Agency. And we have several hundred people that work in the TIPS program, which is right around the corner here in this building. And what they do is they do their business for SNAP food stamps with people on the phone. There's no client contact in the building or in the area. And what this allows is people that work, you know, they don't have to come into a site. People that are disabled or elderly, they don't have to come in. So it's a real good program. Other states are doing it, and now HRA followed suit. The reason why I'm here is I'm in the Quality of Life work program of HRA, and it's sort of like a troubleshoot thing. We have an employees recognition committee, we have a career development committee that I'm on, and then we have like a beautification of sites program, which brought a complaint to the QWL committee. And I said I would ask my community board, because I bragged that my Councilman Backer and my community board is the best. And a couple of years ago, we had people breaking into our cars when I worked at the Ryder Center on Canal and Ryder off of 138th Street. And HRA complained, but police did nothing. I complained to Ken, I complained to Jimmy Backer, and then all of a sudden, the district manager over there was calling, and we had drive-bys, and we had the lighting better. So, community board has and we have the best councilman. The reason why I'm here is the lighting around here is very, very bad. And you got to understand, a lot of the people that work in HRA over here are coming from Brooklyn. They don't know this area at all. A lot of come from Manhattan or wherever, even Staten Island. So, and in the building, they work late. We work late sometimes. When I was at Ryder, I used to work till 9 to 10 o'clock. And you're coming out, you don't know the area, and the lighting's not so good. So I counted 2 light posts right off of the National Restaurant off of Westchester Avenue for about a block and a half until you get further down, then you have 4 in a row. And those lights are very dim. I don't know if it's the type of light or being that they're not putting it higher. But I'm asking the community board, and I know if you're able to do something, you will, try to get more light poles, at least where they don't have any as you first come down Commerce. And it's a shame that the stores and the gym and everything has more lighting than DOT's, DOT still runs the lights? Yes. DOT's thing. And I thank you very much for your time. And maybe you can contact Ms. Soren to maybe make an introduction to HRA if that's okay. And I can tell the events person of HRA to contact them because they don't know about the stores around here too. And this is a great place to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Alex Ortega?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alexander Ortega. There is a... Yeah. Let's start again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alexander Ortega. There is a state agency called NYSERDA, which has a program called Empower. Basically, the idea is to try to reduce energy costs and help people that are of middle income and lower middle income that have houses and with heating problems, specifically with insulation. New York Conservation Services is the company I work with. Jack is an engineer, and this gentleman here that lives in the neighborhood, has lived in the neighborhood for a long time, Nick, had, I approached him a couple of months ago. We had the work done in his house, and as a result, first of all, he had to pay nothing, and Nick can actually tell you what they did.
Okay.
My name is Nick. I'll explain the process as quickly as I can. You gotta be qualified for the program. There's a certain amount of money you could make as a yearly salary. My wife is working. I'm unemployed. I'm collecting Social Security, unemployment benefits. So I happen to fit the program. The first thing they did was, I had 2 people come into the home. They looked at the home upstairs, downstairs, in the basement. They took measurements, square footage of the home, to see how much I would need. About 3-4 weeks later, a truck pulls up. 2 gentlemen, they come in, and they start insulating the home. Now, I have a full attic, which they put about 6 inches of insulation in. Walls, they made holes in, but they sealed them up afterwards. A couple of rooms I had insulation, they didn't need it. And I did some work on the basement. I also received a free thermostat, a shower handle to go on your shower, light bulbs, and
The carbon monoxide.
the carbon monoxide.
And the smoke detector.
Right now, the house is very warm. So it's a good idea if you could qualify for the program. It's a great thing to try to do. And there's no gimmicks. So,
And 2 other things I'd like to add. NYCS also works with commercial buildings of 50,000 square feet or more. There's a local law 87. Every 10 years, buildings have to be certified. This is the engineer that actually does the work, and he could describe what they do.
Thank you, Alex. So, New York City had the local law published back in 2013, local law 84, local law 87. Those laws require the building at over 25,000 square foot to run a energy benchmarking, energy auditing, and retro commissioning every 10 years. So if you have a building more than 25,000 square foot, make sure you benchmark your building, do energy auditing, as soon as possible, because the sooner you do it, the more energy the sooner you start saving energy. So
Tell me about the fine if you don't.
yeah, so the fine is so the law requires if you don't comply, that's $5,000 fine every year, and year after, if you 10 years you don't pay, that's $50,000. So just make sure if you have a building, make sure you're aware of it before you get a penalty. Ask your engineer, ask your people to find the certified people, qualified engineer to do the job.
And last but not least, it's not a matter of whether the house is by Waterbury Park Country Club or on 181st Street in Jerome. It just depends on the income, and most of my clients actually retired, and they're rich, they're house rich, but income poor. And I'm not just targeting them, but it's real. It's not, this isn't a gimmick, and I thank you for your time, and have a, wait. So,
I just want to know, the energy audit itself, regardless of qualifying, is still a free thing, isn't it?
yes, we call it an assessment.
Right.
And the assessment no matter what.
So anybody can do the assessment and get a report.
Correct.
And then they can determine whether or not they want to go forward.
Correct, and I have people specifically, they'll remain nameless, a police officer and another person that works for Verizon, they're making over $100,000. If you qualify, you can have 50% of the job paid for by NYSERDA. And specifically, there's one job that was $6,600, so NYSERDA is kicking out $3,300 out of it. The cap is up to $4,000. And there are people in Country Club that are not that rich. So it's for the whole entire Bronx. I'm the community coordinator. Once again, my name is Alexander Ortega, and I thank you for your time. Any more questions? Please.
There's no such thing as a free lunch.
Okay.
What makes up the difference?
If you look in the back of your Con Ed bill,
Who's paying?
you are, because Con Edison charges a surcharge to everyone in the state. That goes into a big kitty. NYSERDA controls the funds, and through the Empower program, that's how it's paid for. And I didn't say anything about a free lunch, but this gentleman here, I brought him specifically to prove that what I say is what I do, and what I do is
I
what I say.
understand it, but money has to come from someplace.
It comes from the state.
And I'm trying to find out where the money
NYSERDA is the state agency, and the program is called Empower New York.
If you look at your utility bill, at the back of your utility bill, there is a charge called SPC charge. So I believe everybody in this city, you're
It's
paying
paid for.
every month.
Right.
You're
The
paying
truth
every
of it
month.
all is
Con Ed bill gets a surcharge.
Yeah.
That money goes to New York State Energy Research Development Authority, also known as NYSERDA,
Over the,
and that covers these various programs.
So you've been paying for it all your life?
Pay for it whether you use it or not.
Right. Right.
and if there's not enough money, where's additional money coming?
Oh, there's plenty of money.
I think Con Ed, getting a couple of dollars per person in the state of New York has
It's very well funded.
50, 100 bucks in your pocket.
So the funding is available for 200,000 homes every year. But now, we're hitting maybe 130,000, 140,000 every year. So the funding is always there. Just as a matter of fact, we just want to help as many people as possible.
People upstate have been taking advantage of this program for over 10 years. Now, and Jack, because our office is out in Flushing, they've been servicing Brooklyn and Queens. Because I've been a resident of the Bronx for about 45 years, they asked me to be the community coordinator so I can try to get the word out in the Bronx. So I would like every one of you to, if, either want to call me to find out, or try to get the word out, okay? Because if you could save $50 to $150 a month on your gas bill, bang, that's more money that you can put towards something else.
It's not maybe like
Full order.
it's like helping New York
Guys.
stay better.
Guys, I got a standing rule, 3 minutes. We've gone 6, so I gotta end this. All right, we got a lot of stuff to go through.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you. Who do we have? New York City Libraries next? Here they come. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiffany McCray, and I'm the library manager at the City Island Library.
And I'm Leslie Brown, library manager at Baychester.
So I just wanted to give you a couple of updates on what we've been doing at the New York Public Library. In October, we waived all the fines for children and teens. We had a concern with how many kids weren't able to borrow books from the library, so we were able to get a donation, which allowed us to waive all kids' fines and allow them to come back and read books. We have also started working with ABC Mouse, which is a fun and interactive program on the computer, so kids can come in with their parents or caregivers and access that program on our computers for free. It's a really good program. And American Doll also donated 1 million books to the library, so you can come into your local library and get a free American Doll book.
Wow, that's great.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Not sure if anyone else noticed, we have Assemblyman Mark Jonai here, newly elected councilperson for our district. Mark, would you like to come up and say a couple words?
I don't think I have much to add tonight, just to hear what's going on and make sure that I'm in tune with the needs of community one time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Leon Tolton from Mike Benedetto's office. You have anything?
no updates. Just say hi and happy Thanksgiving. You too.
Jose Rodriguez from Senator Klein's office.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me, Jose Rodriguez from Senator Klein's office. Usually we have Dan Hogle here representing Senator Klein, but I don't know if all of you do know, but Dan Hogle is no longer with our office. He has moved on, and for the time being, myself and others from our office will be taking his place. My name is Jose Rodriguez again. The other individual that will be coming in from time to time, her name is Damaris Monet. She couldn't be here tonight, but she's at another community board. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Ashley Mesa, Senator Bailey's office.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashley. I'm from Senator Jamal Bailey's office. I do have a couple events that I want to announce to everyone. So Senator Bailey is going to be having this Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. Our CAPS Talk Part 2. What this event focuses on is bridging the gap between community and police. This will be at Monroe College, and we do have a police simulator, which is going to enhance the learning experience. I've done the simulator. It's very intense, but it's a great tool to use. And I do have an RSVP list or a sign-up sheet if you are interested in attending outside. And our other event that Senator Bailey will be having is we will be having an IDNYC event. It's a week-long event from November 20th to the 24th. The only day that the truck won't be there will be on Thanksgiving Day. And that will be at Williamsbridge Oval Park. All this information is in the front where all the flyers are. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In addition, for the event Saturday, the 45th Precinct Community Council will be doing this with the senator, and we'll be meeting at the precinct at 2 o'clock. So if anybody needs a ride, we'll be carpooling from there.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
At this point, we have our very own Councilman James Vaca here to, say hello to everybody. I think this is our last full board